All right then. Hey everyone. Welcome to live QA number 33. Some familiar faces here already. So it's good to see you again. XD, Nomad, Matthew, good to see you again. Who else we got? Taldor, Alonso. We got hey Ginger Digger, you're here again. Okay, Herbert, good to see you again. All right, excellent. So, the first one you made it to, Ginge, the Digger. Yeah, usually these are on Monday, but this week it was a long weekend and I had a lot of marking and feedback to give to my students with my regular day job. So it put everything on hold, unfortunately, for this week. So eventually I had some time. I was going to do it actually yesterday, but I was still snowed in with work. So I cheekily and sneakily moved it to today. So without letting you know. So apologies for that. Right. So, and therefore, if you're a regular viewer of these live streams, usually I have a topic to talk about. I didn't have time to prepare one this week, but I can show you some of the things that I have been working on. Some other announcements as well. Thanks for all those that have submitted something for the Super Tuning Friends video. I've had over 40 submissions, so I've got lots to go through there, and I'm really excited to put that video together. For this one, I'm not really going to care about the length of it. I'm just going to try and get as many of you in that video, and hopefully it would just be this long loop of various twiddlings and chords and such. So I'm looking forward to putting that one together. And was there anything else? Well, anyway, if you are new to these live streams, then welcome. And usually what I do, like I said, is I teach something at the start, and then we set a topic for that live stream, and we usually chat about that. But for today, we're just going to ask any random questions. I'm just going to talk randomly about stuff. But there was one thing I was going to mention. That was it. Now I remember. I've been meaning to put together a live stream about Korean math rock bands. If you didn't know, I live in Korea, and I have some experience of the scene here before it died because of COVID. But I want to go through, some of my experiences and show you guys, show you some of the artists, the limited amount that there is that's out here. So I've got a folder together and I've been collecting details and stuff. So that would be, I think, an interesting live stream when I get round to finalizing that one. So hopefully that one will be either next week or the week after. All right, so, got some more people here. Okay, indoor swimming. It's just listening to your instrumentals on Spotify. There was a reason why I put those instrumentals there, because I'm not a fan of the version with the singing on it. It's not my best, and if you didn't know, I recorded those vocals in my car as well. So it's got a very car-y sound to it, and it's almost peaking on every track. Unfortunately, it didn't actually peak, but everything sounds slightly distorted in that regard. But anyway, you learn, right? And I feel like I could do a better job next time. But really appreciate you listening to the music there. And myself, I tend to listen to the instrumentals instead as well. All right. Okay. Hey Nuriel, good to see you again. And Taldo, this is a good question. How much better of a musician do you think you've gotten through posting content on a regular basis? So for me, I can divide that into two things. So if I didn't make content, I don't think I would play guitar as much, to be honest. I think that's what it would be. But perhaps I would be more focused on a particular thing. So it could be beneficial in that way. By having to post content on a regular basis, I'm always looking for something that's perhaps, going to be interesting for you to watch, and that means like dipping my toes into different things all the time, so to speak, and learning like not everything about something, but just little bits and pieces. And I think over time that like all comes together, and you know, it works its way into my playing. Like at the moment I'm on a big like that kind of neo soul J-pop kind of vibe, the stuff that I played in the intro there, because I think it's fun to play. Sounds good, not necessarily math rock, of course. So yeah, to conclude that question, I think I have improved because I have been posting content on a regular basis, but I'm not sure if I would be the same or better if I wasn't doing this. But great question though. All right, let's have some coffee. To go back to that stint, you know, I did a live stream about this a few weeks ago, and I've been stuck in that rut since. You know, this guitar, this Mustang, just makes me want to play that kind of style, more like neo soul or progressive styles of guitar playing, perhaps. But that one's all based around that, you know, 4, 5, 3, 6 progression. And all I'm doing between with those licks is all minor pentatonic. So if you know your 5 shapes, you can just use these chords with that and think about the way you can connect the ideas together. You know, to get yourself from chord A to chord B. And that classic neo soul thing with the slide up from a semitone below. And everything's very staccato. And then you got to add some triplets in there. And then more triplets again. And then I could play it, but some tapping at the end there. So that was an idea I was messing around with last night. And again, that comes from that when I did that like Diet Chon riff, if you're familiar with that one. Same chord progression. There. Really hard to get those taps clean. Yeah, again, that was like going more towards like that. Well, that was definitely inspired by a Chicanita. I'm not gonna lie there. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing this week anyway with that, and that's all based around that 4 chord progression. The first idea, you could just look at the basic chords, that classic neo soul thing of sliding in or hammering on. Could do the same with this major 7 as well. Yeah, so I'm thinking about making, you know, some kind of level style video with that. So here's the level 1, here's the chords, and you know, things that you can do. But that's what this guitar makes me do, that's for sure. All right. Jumping back over here, what have we got? All right, Nuriel, always fun watching at 3:30 a.m. That's dedication, but I think you should probably go to bed. But thanks. Hey, new, what's this, Dirge? Hello everyone. Yeah, Nomad, yeah, 40. I'm pretty much at 40. I was downloading them yesterday and replying to everyone that submitted a submission for the Super Tuning Friends, and I was like, this is a lot of videos. This is great. Okay, thanks, Dirge. So I think the car vocals give it a nice lo-fi vibe. It wasn't kind of what I was going for. The only one track I'm really happy with is the first one. I forgot what it's even called now, but the one that's in a different tuning. That's the only one I thought that turned out any good. All right. Thanks for this, Ginge. They said, I've made a Mountains fan out of everyone who gets in my car. My 9-year-old son especially likes your band. That's great to know. Lovely stuff. If I ever try and play my music in the car, with my son really enjoys anything that I put on, but I don't think my wife particularly digs some of the stuff that I put on. XD says the hammer-ons are that emotion. They certainly are. All right. Well, I was going to say something again. Oh yeah. Talking about Mountains, we are working on the next record. You'd be happy to know that, and that's going to be a full album. And there's a few reworked songs from the older record. Like we've done like Restarts and Past and Goodbye, the one that Ali wrote. So we're redoing those tracks, and we're not going to make the mistake of a band that when they redo a track, they do it at a slower tempo, because I hate that, because it just doesn't seem as good anymore. So I've purposefully made them a little faster to remedy that. Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, and there's going to be a bunch of other new tracks on there. At the moment, because Ali and I live in Korea together, no problem recording, but Joel, the drummer, he's now living in Mexico. So we've sent him the backing tracks, and he's been putting drums to those and sending them back, and we've been talking about back and forth about things that we like and we can possibly change. So yeah, I think yesterday we got the final 2 tracks, which is Restarts and another one as well. Again, Stride, that's the one. We're doing that one as well. So hopefully that'll be a better version of that. Yeah, so next stage now, hopefully get some drums soon, and then we'll put some bass, and it goes from there. But I want to take my time with this one, with doing the guitars won't take so long, but doing the vocals, so doing lots of extra vocals and extra instrumentation, but that'll be really good fun. Okay, Taldor. Okay, Jason, for one of those. Thanks for that. Okay, do you think chant will have a solid relevant longevity? I ask because I feel the sound has been the same coming from them. Well, yeah. Ultimately, like with most bands, their sound does change as they evolve. I think that's a good thing. Of course, you can't expect a band to always, put out the same stuff constantly. Not just to keep their fans happy, but just to keep yourself happy, right? If the more you play, the more you progress. Your what am I trying to say? Your tastes change, the way that you play guitars, the things that you learn. Sorry, I'm just laughing at a comment. They all change. So I feel like as a musician, slowly the way you play, it has that same core aspect, but there's little things that will change as time goes on. And with Chun, I'm not sure if they're even doing anything at the moment. I'm not sure what the word on the street is about Chun at the moment. But yeah, perhaps someone knows a bit more than me. I'm not sure if longevity wise, I couldn't say. I don't have a big following like them. But it's an amazing thing to have, that's for sure. But great question. Okay, all right. Who we got here? Retronium. Do you have a Jazzmaster? I don't. I have the Mustang. But you'll be shocked to know that I think I've played 2 Jazzmasters in my life, and one was set up terribly, so I didn't enjoy that. And the other one, I really don't remember it, so not a great impression from the Jazzmasters. But I want to try another one again. But I got this. Obviously, it's shorter scale, but the most fun about this guitar is this, this vibrato, the wiggle stick. It's just really, really sensitive. You can even make it warble sometimes when you're not even hitting it. Not sure if you could do that with a Jazzmaster one. You got the J Mascis one recently. Lovely. I want to try the J Mascis Telly. yeah, I digress, but for me, yeah, the thing that would draw me to the Jazzmaster again is the wiggle arm, but I'd like to try one. So, just going back up the chat, I missed some stuff. So Matthew, I have a Jazzmaster. It's a player though, so it has humbuckers instead of the jazz ones. But I heard anyway, my best friend told me that even like the Mexican made stuff or the lower end Jazzmaster stuff, they're not like true single coil pickups or something like that. They're just like Strat ones or something. I really don't know about that. So but yeah, the player one comes with humbuckers in that one, right? Again, I haven't been to a guitar shop in a while due to COVID mostly. So I would like to try out some different stuff. So at the moment, I'm just taking that risk of buying stuff online and hoping I like it when it shows up. Right, indoor swimming. They said, working on a 3-track EP myself. I totally understand you want to do it right. Yeah, make it worth it. Got to take your time, right? Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, and I think you should do that too. All right. Oh, News working on an album too. It's been stressful and the pain. Yeah, okay, excellent stuff. All right. Okay, Ginge, I bought the J Masters Squire Jazzmaster in July. Okay, you got one too. It came set up beautifully. Yep. That's another thing as well with guitars. Like, you could, if the guitar's not set up, doesn't matter what guitar it is, it's not going to be enjoyable really to play. So it's always really important to get, a good setup on it. And I get this question a lot about like, what string gauge should I use and what pick even should I use? And, asking what I use, like it's like you're going to enjoy or find what I use the same, it doesn't work that way, right? So I always say, like, if you're looking at string gauge, then just start with like 9s or 10s. And if you're fretting, that's not sharp. But when you grip the guitar, if you're getting that sound, now we're bending it sharp, right? That means like you're quite you need a heavier gauge of strings basically. So just try the next gauge up. If you find it get too tough, then drop down one gauge. That'll probably help you out. For picks, find what you like. They're not expensive, right? So just buy a whole bunch of them, different sizes, different shapes, different thicknesses, different texture. But I think the important things there are the thickness and the size. So I got like this thing on my desk here, like this JHS, I don't know, gravity pick, and then there's the JHS one you get with the guitars, and I got all these kind of picks, and I find that I like the I find that I like the jazz size the best. So the 3 that I use most of the time, I found this recently, this JTC one from Ibanez, which looks like a plaque on somebody's desk in a fancy office. That one feels quite nice, and this one's alright, like a Chicken Picks one, 2.5, like jazz size. But the one I use the most is this Timber Tones one, and it's really thick. It's about 5mm on that one, and it's made from bone, but it has like a really nice like beveled edge on it. And I find, personally for me, just thicker picks, I don't need to play as hard, so it puts less stress on my wrists and stuff like that, so don't need to strum as hard. And that's my reasoning for that, but that's what I like. But find what you like, of course. So string gauge, picks, any other things as well. Action, this guitar's got really low action. It does buzz on a few frets, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I don't think you can really hear it. It's probably about 1.5mm off the 12th fret. But if you can't do your own setup, then it's really worth taking it down to someone who knows what they're doing. It will make can put a lot of new life into a guitar that perhaps you're not really getting on along with so well. Okay, yeah, I can't even remember what the original question was. Okay, back to it anyway. J Masters, we're talking about setup. That was it. That's how we started with that, with Ginge. Okay, Nathan, do you know the podcast Les Chords du Math? I probably butchered that. It's Montreal, so no. The only one French show about math rock. I guess I wouldn't. I guess if it's all in French as well, but that's cool. Great to know. I think I'm not sure if the room temperature suit's still going with like fucking Bahamas. I'm not sure if there's any other really like math-based podcast. Really, I don't really listen to many of them, to be honest, which are just bad. But yeah, thanks for the input there. Taldor, have you ever played a telly with the combo bridge pickup and a neck humbucker? Yeah, that well, it's not a telly, but the GOC one over there. I'm getting along with that one. What I've been doing is writing some stuff on it, recording videos, and then I'm going to put a video about it soon, and then I can use those examples that I already wrote as like intermittent, playing footage basically. And yeah, I'll give you my rundown on my feelings and thoughts about that guitar when I get to that point. But that does have the hum in the neck and the telly bridge, but they're both really high output on that guitar, which is something I'm not really that used to. They sound fine, both those pickups, but I think I will inevitably end up changing them just to be more to what I like, my preference anyway. Yeah, but apart from that, it's a fantastic guitar, and like I said, I'll get around to a lovely video about that one soon. It's silly light, and it's got like really thin nitro lacquer on it, so like it's already starting to wear away, which will look really cool. Yeah, but they're doing some really good stuff, that the GOC guitar company, and I'm in a group chat with them on Instagram, all the other artists and the developer, and yeah, they're posting some, always making like new developments and stuff. It's really cool. Okay, where were we? So we got past that. We had Taldor, but yeah, thanks for that question. I kind of dig it. I believe that came from probably going to be like Keith Richards or something like that. I would have thought the other way around makes more sense with the hum and the neck, but the telly bridge has something special to it, so it kind of gets the highs get tamed really nicely with the humbucker, I feel like. Okay, carrying on down. Retronium, they are meant to be discontinuing the Jazzmaster and focusing on the telly. Oh, for the J Masters one. All right then, yeah. Okay, Nathan, it translates to the math lesson. I should know that. I did do French at the middle school, which was just like a DOS lesson, unfortunately. Okay, Garrett. So they asked, have you ever tried the Parallel Universe Jazz Telly? No, I haven't. I really want to try some of those guitars. Unfortunately, over here, they only sold they sold the offset one from the first series they did, the offset one, and is it the Cyclone? No, it's not the Cyclone. Why can't I remember that one now? But the one that Nick Reinhardt likes to use, that one, I forget the name of it now. Supersonic, right? They only sold those two. Not interested in the Supersonic. I want to get the offset one, but probably they do the shell pink kind of color in the new range of them. But the one I'm really interested in is let me have a look here. I forget the name of it. So the Paranormal Cabronita one, isn't it? Cabronita Lake Placid blue. We'll find a lovely picture of it somewhere. I'll have to try and do a new capture here. Window capture. There we go. That popped up straight away for you. This one, I'm really interested in this one. Yeah, thin line, and yeah, got those Jazzmaster pickups in it as well, which are probably, like I said, not Jazzmaster pickups. And yeah, just a lovely looking guitar at a really good price as well. So can't buy that one here either, which is really annoying. Sorry, I'm trying to work out OBS and I'm terrible at it. Yeah, so I'd like to get that one. It's a cool looking guitar. And so I was cheeky and I reached out to the only person that ever contacted me from Fender years ago to ask if I could possibly get one of those. And you know, that was about 5-6 weeks ago. They said, yeah, we'll see if we can get you one. And then a follow-up email, and I got nothing back. So not cool enough, not got enough subscribers yet for that free Fender guitar, unfortunately. Not even Fender, for that free Squier guitar. I'm always disappointed when I see there's a new Fender guitar out and then all the other channels have it, right? And I'm like, didn't get selected this time. Maybe next time. Okay. Yeah, but that's the one I'm really interested in from that series. Wow, 13 gauge. You must have hands of, I don't know, steel to do that. These are 10s on here because it's the shorter scale, but I tend to use 9s. Right. Okay, carrying on down. Okay, this is a good question. Fire Rift, is that? Again, I need to book an appointment at the opticians. They asked her, what's your go-to pedals? I love your tone. So, yeah, maybe I'll try and get my pedal board up in the air, or, nah, the cable's not going to reach that way. Give me a second. How well this works. I'll put the amp on standby so you don't hear all cracks. Oh my god, this is heavy. We're bringing up the board. Jeez, I didn't realize. I've never tried to lift it. I'm never playing gigs. How do you do gigs with this many pedals? So like one of those boom boxes on your shoulder, so I got a pedal board on my shoulder. So what I was just using then is the compressor, the noodles with the bass and the treble boosted, and the reverb there with a bit of modulation, which sounds cool in the reverb signal. That's usually my go-to kind of clean sound. If I want light overdrive, that's the Morning Glory by JHS. If I want a bit more gain, then I use the Riverside. And recently I got the El Capistan to try out, which is fun. And if I use delay, I like it just to sit in the background, so I usually use that carbon copy for that. The El Capistan I got for the sound on sound feature, so you can record over the top there. And the trem, also got a Ditto looper on there. Oh, and the synthesizer pedal as well. I had to put that down, jeez. Not a light board, but some cool pedals on there, and I will get round to using them all eventually. But I find if I don't use something for a while, then I'll end up just selling it. Yeah, but yeah, good question. Maybe let's take a listen to a few of those. Probably need to tune again first though. Yeah, so the owl Capistan, if I put it in the single head mode, I would turn the repeats up. You can do some cool stuff with it, like let me get around here. Nope, that's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, because the pedal's bypassed. Sorry. Shows you know what I'm doing, right? There we go. So it's like a sound sound recording. And then that repeat, but it like warbles like you know, as a tape delay would. And you can go on top of that. They're just like as each some funky notes in there, but as each note, as each cycle repeats, the tape age degrades as well. So you can make some really lo-fi kind of sounding loops with it. Then you can change the speed. Strymon stuff, right? So that's a cool thing I'm gonna mess around with in that regard. If I was all professional in that, I'd have an extra camera down here, but you're just gonna have to go with my my descriptions of things. Yeah, so that I thought that pedal was cool to try out for that. I haven't really done much with that. I just got your tremolo as well. Oh, I think I've got the loop still going. Let's get that off. Yeah, you got synth pedal, which sounds cool. In my opinion, it's got the best tracking I've ever tried on a synth style pedal. Again, that one, like, you can use it quite subtly, effectively, and the carbon copy, I like the delay because you can have the modulation on it. Yeah, and then I recently got you probably saw the DD3 because I was going to try out the hold feature. So like, see, when you hold the pedal down, you can change the delay time. And then change the speed of it. So, yeah, cool for those like wacky mid-set kind of things. Right, yeah, maybe I'll do an episode on getting geeky with some pedals. It's not my forte, but I can show you some things that I do with mine if you're interested in that one anyway. Right, but yeah, good question. Where were we? All right, 5:10, so got another 10 minutes or so, and then I need to shoot because I've got my first class to teach for the day. Right, okay, so the go-to pedals, so hope that helped you. Fire Rift. Kuji, good to see you again. What's your favorite emo house? As Herbert says, the American football house is overrated. Yeah. Collins, hey Steve, it's so hard to make these. They always seem to be on my work nights. Yeah, Collins, I usually do it on the Monday, so if you're not working Sunday nights, then you'll be able to catch it. But like I said, unfortunately, this week, really busy with marking and stuff on my course, so I had to just cancel everything pretty much this week. And then this week on Monday is going to be a red day in South Korea, so it's a holiday. So I'll be with the family, so I won't be able to do next Monday either. So it's going to be a different day next week too. All right. Carrying on, Nathan. Okay, you got with the podcast. Okay, no problem. You're welcome for those answers. Yeah, the Parallel Universe series, that's what they're called, and they have the second one. They did it for the, I think in the American range too as well. Chris, thank you for plugging the Morning Glory. It sounds lovely. Okay, in the stereo chorus. Lovely stuff. You know, I know it's a different amp, but I really want to get another Roland chorus, JC chorus. The 40 is just, you know, it's not that big, but it's loud. You can't play it at home. Well, if you turn it up, the walls shake. And you know, in this apartment I'm in, that's not something I can have. And they don't sell the JC22. If anyone's had any experience with that, if you think that one's good, but I would have to order it from abroad, and then I'd need to use a power converter and stuff as well. So it's probably not worth it. Nathan, it's like a post-rocker pedal board, but without reverb delay chain. It's starting to get that way, right? I just end up playing post-rock soon. For me, it's trying to make delay work with what I do, because I'm not like a very ambient style player. So I felt like I could really do some cool stuff with that sound on sound with the El Capistan for, like, you know, little intros to stuff as well. Hope you're well. I am. Thanks, Chris. I've had experience, Shells, of using amp sims, the VSTs. What I'm actually using now, over this way, if I bring the camera around, you see if you're familiar with the Rev Lunchbox style amps, so that's like a D20 coming out the back of that and into the audio interface, and using the 2-note software, so it's like the wall of sound. So that is essentially kind of like some, you know, VST. It's processing for the cab there, so it sounds like a recorded, you know, guitar sound, which I really like anyway. But that is like all valve, so even the preamp and power amp, and I just really like that. And then all of the sound, if you get me, all of my sound that you're hearing is before the interface. I don't have to put any post-processing stuff on. I don't need to worry about so much about latency and stuff like that when I add on more plugins and stuff. So that's what over time I've strived to do, is get everything in my signal chain before it goes into the interface, which ends up costing a bit of money, of course, but I couldn't be happier with this amp. I'm never going to, you know, change that one or anything like that. I'm really happy with the way it sounds. And you can have 6 presets on the front, so if you have 6 guitars, you can set 6 individual presets to get, you know, same kind of dB levels, and you can change the cab to better suit that style, you know, that guitar. You can even change all like the power amp tubes and stuff in the wall of sound. It's really, really good stuff. And it's not, for me, I don't really like too much tweakability, if that's a word. So it's just the right amount for me. So that's what I like about that. Okay. Yeah, I think making sample guitar tracks for lo-fi basically here, Taldo, right? Nashville Telecaster, Hervit. That's going to be you mean the new one from the Player Plus series? I've seen a few videos about it. I'm not a fan of that, so much of that aged candy apple red color, but it is similar to this color, right? You know, this penny kind of finish. I'd like to try one. I think the standard player series, the Mexican stuff, is really, really good. So you know, those slight upgrades might be appeal to certain players, right? But I haven't tried the Nashville and with that Strat kind of style configuration, but I think on that one you can just have the neck and the bridge, if I'm right about that. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'd like to try one. That's what I'll say. Okay, Kuji, why didn't I answer? Did I miss you? Oh, your favorite emo house. Of course, it's the one that's on this T-shirt with a silhouette of me in the window. Okay. All right. Carrying on. Okay. Got to shoot in 5 minutes, so let's take a few more questions. What have we got? Okay, Taldo, they ask, what do you think of the musical marriage of math rock and post rock? I'm all for that. Everyone's different, right? You like what you like. No problems there. Okay. Evan Sales, I have a question about math rock, please. They ask, what types of chords will express heartbreak and sadness, and how to make them catchy. So I have a lot of videos about this kind of thing already, if you just sift through all of the content on my channel. You probably want to situate yourself in some kind of minor key, but then again, major chords can sound, infer that sound of a melancholy and sorrowful kind of stuff. Like my song Restarts, that's like an A major chord, straight up A major chord. Whoops. And they're all like variations of major chords, but it sounds, longing. It sounds sorrowful, right? So it's not necessarily that you should use minor or major chords. But it depends on the progression. I'm just trying to think of something that would... some chords that I could give you, but they're just... my thoughts are all over the place. And there's just so many ideas that I have on my channel. I feel really bad because I should have some kind of answer to easily answer that, but I think I'm thinking about it too much. And the lorry outside is making a lot of noise. It's not helping. Sorry if you can all hear that. This probably ties in better, but Dan asked below, do you have a go-to or favorite chord progression? Not particularly. I don't think about it in that regard. It just tends to be what I write ends up, having like it just ends up falling into a similar vein or something. Like I tend to write a lot of stuff that just goes around the first, the sixth, and the fourth, and then I add in like these. Always have these like third kind of minor thirds in there as well. Tell you what I do, because I'm going to be here all day thinking about that. I'll dedicate an episode to that, looking at certain chord progressions. I do have a series about that, that like Steal This chord progression series. So if you go and check that out, you'll find a whole bunch of progressions that I use all of the time on there, and those tend to be my go-to or favorite ones. But I think to help out Evan and Dan, and there's a lot of other people too, I will make perhaps just a video dedicated to that, or perhaps do a live stream looking at certain chord progressions that work well for like math rock or Midwest emo kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Victor. Are you familiar with the South Korean band Dabda? It's like Dab Buddha. Yeah, really good. So they did a new release. It's called thingy. What was it? Playground, isn't it? And it's got the drummer from Toe. It's also the drummer from the band as well. So if you listen to the track ever so carefully, basically, is it Takashi? I forget his name. The Toe drummer. He wrote stuff to it, and then the drummer for Dabda, he tried to copy that as well. So you get these like little fluctuations and differences in the drum beats. Again, that's going to be part of the video that I'm planning about Korean math rock. Jungle Gym, that's what it was called, right? Okay. And again, we're going to go with the old window capture again there. So it's going to be this one, okay? So check out that one. It's with Takashi Kashikura. So they also have a documentary, so if you want to find out more about that, check that one out. But I've listened to it about 5 or 6 times in the past couple of days. Really, really good track. Okay. Yeah, Kuji, it is me on the t-shirt, so it's taken from another design, and then it's got the banner of "Hope you're doing well." Lucas, I can't play classical guitar. I would like to get one though. Taldor, standard tuning versus alternate tuning. Long, that's a deep dive there. On the surface though, standard tuning, a lot more freedom to choose what key, what chords and stuff you're going to be playing. Alternate tuning is very useful because it situates you mostly in a key already, because the open tuning itself is tuned usually to a chord. Let's take like D, A, E, A, C sharp, E. That's going to be a D sus4 chord, or no, D major chord with a A in the bass. So it's like a second inversion of a D major chord. So that would situate you either, like, you could look that as the 1 or the 4 of a particular key, and then you could go from there depending on what you were trying to achieve. Same goes to like F, A, C, G, C, E. That's an F major 9 chord, so you could see that as either being the 1 in F major, or you could see it as being the 4 with a C, D, E, F in C major instead. So it already situates you in a key, so that's useful for that. In my book, my math rock guitar techniques book, I have a section on this kind of thing, but I need to update it. I'm adding more information to that at the moment. Also, with that, okay, adding the tapping section. Let's have a look here. I'm not sure if I can. Let's try and let's try OBS. Come on, OBS, can we do it? Let's capture another window. Create new. Okay. Yep, this is what we're going with now. And yeah, here we go. So working on the updates to the book. So in here, I know I got this whole segment on alternate tunings, but I'm going to be adding adjusting that part and adding some new information where I've put this, what I need to do here, and I'll get that in there. And then at the moment I'm working on the update to it, so when we come down, where are we? We are, yeah, so now we're looking at approaches to writing using finger tapping, finger picking and hybrid picking. So in the introduction we look at learning the techniques of finger tapping, finger picking and hybrid picking. Those are all exercises. This section is looking at writing, and at the moment I'm just going to do the finger tapping one, and then I've got a whole bunch of information and then shapes and stuff. So when that is finished, I will get that out. So I'm aiming for November on that one. So if you've already purchased the book, then that will just shoot over to your email address when it comes out. And I always make an announcement video about it. But I'm excited for that one. It's taken a while. It's no easy feat trying to explain how you can approach writing with a technique. I've realized that now. Now I can see why most books that you buy just teach you exercises and chords. All right. Okay, I need to shoot. So let's just go through any last questions. Yeah, a 1/4 progression. Yeah, indoor swimming. Okay, Evan, excellent. Yeah, sorry I couldn't help you out more on that one. This is a Performer Mustang. Hey, Sam. We agreed, Tald. Whatever that was about. Bex, what's this? eShadow. Thanks for all the videos you make. I said it once already. If SpongeBob were a real life character, it would be you. Okay, well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thanks. Okay, that kind of, yeah, open tuning is great for slide, of course, for that regard. Hey, Fabulous Killjoy. Unfortunately, I'm off now, but good to see you again. Seekth, hey. Okay, actually, the scenery on every one of your music videos just hits the relaxing spots. Okay, well, thanks for that. That's great. There's just some wonderful places to go, like all around Korea, and so I tend to try and find somewhere to, that would reflect the feeling of this song or something like that. Talda, where can you buy the merchandise? There should be Teespring link underneath. I think I can pin stuff like this as well. So this is the t-shirt I'm wearing at the moment, and you can get, I think it's 15% off with the code MathRock. It has it on the banner at the top of the store there. I keep looking at this webcam. Camera's over here. All right, I got a class in 5 minutes, so I need to prep for that. But thanks for joining today, everyone. Okay, yeah, you love the voicing, Ginger, in the Steal This Chord Progression stuff. Okay, excellent stuff. If you're interested in the book, then you can get that from Teespring, but you can also buy it from my website as well. And then there should be a link in the description for that. All right, I got to shoot, everyone. Hopefully next week I'll have something better planned for you, and yeah, and then I want to work on that Korean video, I think, as well. All right, I got to go and teach a class, so I'll see you all next week. Oh, there should be a video either tonight and hopefully either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. We will get that Super Tuning Friends video. I'm excited about that one. All right, thanks for joining today, everyone. Thanks for the wonderful questions. Sorry I couldn't help you all out, but yeah, catch you next time. All right, take it easy.